What is going on, everybody? If you're new here, you have no idea what you're looking at or what this ROM hack is, it's called Pokemon Scrambled Scarlet. If you want more information about it, there is a massive, detailed, thorough Google Sheet linked down below that you can explore for yourself. It's very easy to navigate. It's all very heavily organized with all of the crazy new things as well. There is also a playlist linked down below in the description that will explain a lot of the general information about the ROM hack. Obviously, I'm going to be kind of touching on a lot of those things in these videos, but I highly recommend if this type of thing appeals to you, if a ROM hack that changes a lot of things and is very in-depth and thorough with its buffs and changes and makes every single Pokemon fun to use at any point in the game, give it a look, check out the description. With that being said, I don't want to dwell on it too much because I want to get straight into explaining all the buffs and changes and ideas that I had for the Meowscarada line. Meowscarada. First things first, the abilities and why they fit. So Technician fits very well because they are a magician. They do things with their hands. The way I see Technician, for 90% of Mons at least that get it, they should be good with their hands or like dexterous in some way or have like a skill of some kind, something along those lines, It's a pretty vague and fitting ability for a lot of Pokemon, but I think there is definitely Pokemon that still fit it and other Pokemon that don't fit it. For example, Skeledirge or Quaquaval don't fit. I mean, Quaquaval, sure, I guess, but not really. And then Skeledirge definitely doesn't fit it at all, so that's kind of an example of what fits. And Florigato and Meowscarada 100% fit it very well. Sprigatito just has it, as a result of the evolutions having it. And then, of course, they still have versatility, which is a renamed version of Protean, just to fit more Pokemon and stuff, although I'm pretty sure the dictionary definition of Protean is versatility or something along those lines, but renamed just so fits more Mons. And then Dazzling is their third ability. So in this ROM hack, as you can see, it says swap freely. You have access to infinite ability capsules to be able to switch between all three of your abilities, and that includes the hidden ability. Because of the ability patch in Gen 9, you can actually cycle between all three at any point. That's Dazzling is great. There are tons of new priority moves, as you can see. You can click this link and it'll take you to all of the new priority moves in the hack, as you can see on screen. There are also a bunch of signature ones down below, all the way on the bottom. Oh, actually not all the way on the bottom. This is all the type categories. As you can see, here's an example, by the way, if you are new here, of the move sheet. So yeah, again, you can see all of these tabs for yourself. This is all navigating and stuff, but I don't want to dwell on it too much in these videos because I have videos explaining it on the channel that you can go check out if that interests you, if you don't know what it's about. Technician, versatility, Dazzling. Dazzling is very fitting, as they are a magician. It's just, I think it's extremely fitting for them. The pre-evolutions retain Overgrow, partially for soul reasons. It depends on the starter how useful it is, depending on their other two abilities. In this case, there's definitely some niche cases where you could use it, like, I don't know, Salac / Laichi Indoor plus like 90 base power Seed Bomb is stronger, for example, than versatility or Technician boosted Seed Bomb, just for an example. So you can definitely still have some. How does that sound? I don't know, but you can definitely have some use cases for Overgrow. But yeah, that's the abilities, and as you can see on screen, I'm sure a lot of you are staring at that flower trick and you're like, oh my god, what the fuck is this ROM hack? Also, I didn't address this yet, but yes, Meowscarada is a mixed attacker now. It's already kind of barely a mixed attacker. It's got like 80 special in vanilla, 80 special attack. I think they fit perfectly as a mixed attacker since they're a magician. It also really complements their move pool since they get a lot of cool like magical type moves like Dazzling Gleam I gave them, Power Gem, they already had Psychic, they already had Aura Sphere, cool shit like that, lots of cool coverage. Sludge Bomb. A beautiful thing about this hack is that you have access to an infinite move relearner from the beginning of the game, so you can just swap your moves around, and that gives you so much flexibility with your moves. You can run defensive, offensive, whatever. Also, if you are new here, check out the videos down below that explain the Teamlocked nuzlocke and what that is, because it explains that much more in depth and the intended playstyle for the hack. So yeah, Flower Trick, it's a little 50 first of all, so that's, if you look at the level caps, you can see there are also 5 different versions of the game, by the way. I will zoom out just to show all 5. Okay, that's not the best. As you can see on the Google Sheet for yourself. It's kind of cropped right now, but yeah, there's 5 different game versions. The caps for all of them are the same, just the order is swapped around, so you can look at the level caps and kind of decide when certain moves will be legal. Same goes for the TMs. Oh, I gotta zoom back in. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So same goes for the TMs. You unlock those as the game progresses, so if you go to the TM guide, you can see all of them, but obviously I'd list when that TM is unlocked for that Pokemon. Also, as you can see, any move that is underlined is Technician boosted, which is nice. I don't have to lot of time listing every single one, although I probably still will, to be honest, just for the sake of the video. But yeah, I mean, you could even, another big part of this ROM hack and my hacks in general is that the babies are all usable and fun and strong as well for that point in the game, or even further in the game, depending on if I want them to be like an intended option over their evolution. In this case, not necessarily, although you could keep Florigata, you could delay a little bit if you needed to for a specific matchup. You know, you want to switch in on a specific move or run a bulky highlight set or something. Yeah, pretty niche, but you totally could delay it for at least a few fights if you needed to. The evolution. Yeah, man, Dazzling, again, with that ability changer is very, very good because you can swap to Dazzling when you need it. That's the beauty of having immunity abilities in a game like this when you're fighting versus AI. Otherwise, you're using one of your boosting abilities, either Technician or Versatility. Technician, dude's got incredible moves for that. So I'm going to list the important ones. Obviously, there's Flower Trick, but again, that's a late game move. Most high base power moves like that are actually not spammable. For example, stuff like, Meowscarada, I didn't give them Wicked Blow, but a lot of Mons will have Wicked Blow. Any guaranteed crit move like that, as you can see on the move guide, you can jump straight to it. All of these, well, these are 50% crits. So, for example, Meowscarada gets Leaf Blade and Night Slash and Slash and a couple other moves here, like X's or that type of stuff. If you run those with a Scope Lens, you get a 120 base power move, which is very nice, very consistent. But then you also have these guaranteed crit ones, which are 120 base power, but the downside is they can't be used twice in a row, which prevents, like Scarf spam or like spamming them too much. Obviously, if you get both for stab, then you can alternate between, but that requires you to be fast. You get the idea. It just limits them a bit in terms of being broken for the AI versus AI. But yeah, the big moves for Technician, besides Flower Trick, are Fury Swipes and Bullet Seed with loaded dice, as well as Wallop. Wallop is a multi-hit Fairy move. Fury Swipes is now a Dark multi-hit move, Dark type Bullet Seed, and then yeah, Wallop is a Fairy type Bullet Seed. So you have all three of those in combination with Technician and loaded dice, and they are very fast, so they can get away with running loaded dice very easily. They have priority moves in the form of, they got quick, so they have non-stat priority, which is again good because you have infinite mover linear. Especially early game, like you can swap to Technician, Aerial Ace, or Creeping Strike, or Swift, or Fuddle, whatever it is, all these various typed moves, and you can figure those out. Depending on the situation, those will be very useful, especially earlier on. So you've got Technician boosted priority, you've got Razor Leaf and Mega Drain. Razor Leaf is just solid 90 base power of Technician, while Mega Drain is 90 base power as well, but it heals 75% of damage dealt. So that's a great move, despite the fact that they're not that bulky on paper. With EVs and item clause implemented, you'll definitely want to run like bulky sets occasionally, especially early game, maybe with like a Mega Drain, Leech Seed, Synthesis type deal. Maybe even debuffing moves like Play Nice and Baby Doll Eyes and stuff like that. So it's super useful. Again, with versatility, you have tons and tons of coverage. Although stuff like Triple Axle is boosted by Technician as well. However, Triple Axle also requires you to hold Wide Lens for consistency. Same with moves like Focus Blast and Gunk Shot. Yeah, other Technician boosted stuff. You've got Wallop, like I said. You've got Metal Claw, which is 90 base power steel move with Technician. Although you also have Laceration with Scope Lens, which is 120 base power. And then you also have Smart Strike, which is a 50 base power crit move now, and it also gives you +1 accuracy. So you can use that in conjunction with stuff like Hypnosis for some, some cool little techs. And then of course that's just a 112.5. Yeah, 112.5 base power steel coverage move with Technician as well. You've got Ice Spinner, which is now 90 base power of Technician, and it gives you +1 speed. You've got Knockoff and Lash Out, which are both very strong dark Technician moves outside of the Fury Swipes. Early game, you've also got Thief, which is 90 base power, and also some niche cases where you want to like steal an item or something. Again, with Villainer, with Move Villainer, anything is possible. You have tons of freedom and options to work with. Yeah, I don't want to dwell. I'm going to try to keep these all like relatively short, especially because there's not super controversial things to explain here. All the abilities fit very well. The stats fit very well. Some people might be like, why'd you drop the bulk? Whatever. It's just for the stat distribution. And the BST, I like numbers to be nice sometimes, and these numbers are pretty nice, and they fit. So, yeah. Other Technician stuff, you got Double Kick, Rock Tomb, you got Stab Dismal Cry, which is a debuffing move alongside Disarming Voice and Chilling Water, which drop both offensive stats by 1. You've got some coverage like Mystical Fire, Polymorph. You got tons. You guys can read. Right? I trust that people can look at this, see all the colors, see what these moves do now. You can go and look at everything for yourself down below in the move guide. But yeah, the main thing I guess I wanted to cover is that Flower Trick is late game, because it is obviously very strong. I mean, tons of Mons will have 135 base power. Not tons, but a good amount will have like 135 base power spammable moves. A bunch have like 140 base power in the form of like Leaf Storm, Frenzy Plant in this case. Chloroblast is a really cool tool that's also widespread now. Chloroblast takes half of your HP, but it's a massive nuke of a move. I believe it's 120 base power and crit. Blanking right now because I've actually changed it a few times. Yeah, 120 base power, always crits, 1 PP. So essentially it's like almost like a Z move in some ways, but it actually gives you a special attack boost now, which is fire, especially on something as fast as Meowscarada. You can click that. Obviously you take half your HP, so you have to be careful when you use it, but if you plan around it, you can click Chloroblast and then go for +1 special attack moves with versatility. You can click all your coverage moves like Aura Sphere, Sludge Bomb, all that cool stuff. Very, very cool combo for sure. Yeah, Seed Flare is basically special grass Wicked Blow, so that's very reliable for special sets as well for late game, and obviously even stuff like Energy Ball is strong. Yeah, you got tons of coverage as you can see. I'm not going to list them all. You've got cool utility options as well, pivoting moves like Parting Shot and U-Turn, debuffing moves, plenty of those. But I think I covered pretty much all of the important major things. You got Topsy-Turvy for some utility once in a while. Also fits them because they're a magician and a dark type. I can see them totally using Topsy-Turvy. Yeah, I think I've covered basically everything. I mean, you can even do some cool stuff like a Jetpack, Frenzy Plant, or Leaf Storm, or Hyper Beam or Giga Impact, which also function like Draco Meteor now. They all function like Draco Meteor, just physical or special, so that's sick. Yeah, thank you for listening, and I'll be back for more coming up. Hopefully I didn't forget anything, but I think I covered pretty much everything, so peace.